Hello student. In the last video we were talking about the Rowlatt Satyagraha, uh, which was organized by Gandhiji on the 6th April. There was a mass agitation, strike, demonstration, dharna, etc. across the country, and it was very intense in Punjab. That is why the government imposed martial law and a military rule in Punjab, and General Dyer took the command. On 10th of April, the two important leaders Saifuddin and Kichuli were arrested by the police. To know about them, on 13th April, on the day of Baisakhi, the people gathered around the Jallianwala Bagh, which was enclosed from all sides except a small exit, and General Dyer entered along with the army, and he ordered without any caution to open fire, in which hundreds of people lost their lives. It shocked the whole nation. A British government was supposed to be civilized, they did uncivilized and barbaric act. So uh, Gandhiji realized that yes, Rowlatt Satyagraha was spread, but it was not so widespread. It was limited to cities. So he was looking for a nationwide strike. And meanwhile, an movement called Khilafat movement was launched in India by the Ali brothers, Maulana Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali. Actually, the head of the Muslim world was Khalifa, who was supposed to be the head of Turkey. And Turkey was a defeated country in the First World War. So a Treaty of Sivas, which was humiliating, imposed upon Turkey. So the Muslims in India also felt indignated. So that is why they decided to khilaf, oppose the British rule. And Gandhiji saw this as an opportunity for Hindu-Muslim unity if we support. So he persuaded at the Calcutta session of INC to launch non-cooperation movement, and finally at the Nagpur session of 1920, Congress was agreed to launch non-cooperation movement. Now, uh, how this non-cooperation movement was unfolded, or what were the features of non-cooperation movement? First, then it was started with renunciation of title. Second, it was uh, boycott of 3C, court, council and colleges. Court were boycotted by lawyers, colleges and schools by the students, and councillor boycotted the council. The legislature boycotted the councils. Besides that, people boycotted the foreign goods, foreign clothes. Even there was a bonfires of foreign clothes. Holika jalai gayi. Beside that, the picketing of shops selling foreign goods and liquor. So it was very spearheaded in the towns. But due to a violent incident at Chauri Chora, it was finally called off by Gandhi in 1922. Now, how this movement started in the towns. Topic 2, different spread within the movement. It was that we know it was very popular in the towns. Students, lawyers, teachers, legislature participated. They boycotted the government institutions. One question oftenly asked in 3 marks, that what was the economic impact of a non-cooperation movement? It was economically we hurt the interest of the British rule, because we boycotted the foreign clothes, we did bonfire of foreign clothes, we adopted Swadeshi clothes. So due to boycott, the import of foreign goods reduced almost half. Its value get reduced from 102 crore to 57 crores. So it was a big loss to the British rule in India, or East Indian Company, not East India Company, rather British rule. uh, Second, the many Indians, they refuse to do the trade of the foreign goods to finance the foreign trade. At the same time, uh, due to adoption of Swadeshi, the Indian textiles and handloom sectors growth went up. Now, why this movement slowed down in the towns? There are two reasons. One, the khadi was costlier, it was not smoother as milk clothes, so people were complaining it was difficult to continue with to wear the khadi clothes. Second, the Indian institutions were not set up as per the demand, so people started joining the government courts, government schools, and colleges. Now, the second point related with the movement in the countryside. Countryside in the here is an example related with the Awadh, the Lucknow region of Faizabad region. Here there was a man who called Baba Ramchandra. He was a sannyasi who went to Fiji as an indentured labor. When he came back to India, he realized that the peasants are suffering a lot just because of the talukdars or the landlords who demanded unnecessary taxes, unnecessary cesses, high rents, and beside that, one more thing was that begar. Begar means a kind of labor without the pagar. So, this under the leadership of Baba Ramchandra, peasants of Awadh started a movement. This movement demanded reduction of revenue, uh, reduction in the rent, abolition of begar, as well as they adopted the social boycott program like Nai Dhobi Band. Nai means barber and dhobi means washerman. They refused to work for the landlords, talukdars who were against the common peasants. So these people, for them, the Swaraj means that uh, their Raj will come. They use the in many places the local leaders told the people that Gandhi had declared that no taxes were to be paid and lands was to be raised distributed among the poor. So the name of the Gandhi was invoked to fulfill all the actions and aspirations of the peasants. The third here is the uh, tribal movement. The third strand of this non-cooperation movement was the tribal people in the Guddam Hills of Andhra Pradesh under the leadership of Alluri Sitaram Raju. They adopted a violent method, a militant guerrilla technique to oppose the British rule. Actually, these were not happy with the forest rule, in which they were not allowed to enter in the forest to enjoy the age old holding over the forest. So this man who said that I have the magical power, who talked about the greatness of Gandhiji, he talked to the people to wear the khadi, give up the drinking, but at the same time he adopted violent method to fulfill the demands. These people, they attacked the police station, they attempted to kill the British official and carry out the guerrilla warfare to attain or achieve Swaraj. The third, the last trend was the uh, plantation workers. We talked about the towns, we talked about the peasants, we talked about the tribals, then now the workers, the plantation workers. In Assam, the workers were, especially in the plantation area, they have to live in an enclosure in which they cannot move out under the Immigration Act. Without permissions, they were not allowed to move out, and in general the permission was rarely granted. So when they heard the news that Swaraj has come, they felt that Gandhi Raj has come. So they tried to move out from that enclosure area. They believe that they have to go to their village and they will get their own land over there. But unfortunately, due to strike of railway steams, they stranded over there. They were caught by the police and brutally beaten up and back to the that enclosure area. Okay, thank you.